Hey, it's Edge here, and on today's video we're checking out Luna. Now this is again an update video for Luna, and if you want to see the reasonings of these counts before, I would suggest you to take a look at the previous videos. To go over this fast, this is the bearish count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and completed the 5th off primary here. Now if we are gonna get higher here, we might be saying that instead of this being 5 of intermediary, this would be 1 of intermediary, bringing the 5th way higher, making this as well pretty much a bull count. I labeled it as bear count just because of this. I had 5 complete waves up here with the intermediate of 5, and currently we have retraced. Well, let's see, do that again, the retracement tool. We haven't come too close to the expanded B pocket, that where we might be heading, and if that is still the case, then we would be expecting the 3rd of this correction, aka the C. Now on higher time frames, let's say the week, we've been on this lower high peaks on RSI since February 2021, screaming for a correction on all of these highs. Even currently we have again another bearish divergence. We haven't bonked into this trend line yet, but we just might. On lower time frames we still have another bearish divergence here, and I'm going to update this count a bit. So this is the bearish one, and we start with this one first. Now obviously we had this before and it still looks like it's going higher. Let's go to 4 hours so we can actually see some structure here. So we had thought that this was the A wave and this was the B. Now currently we've come up from here with A into B into C. Now this is already pretty high up on the extensions. See, we've gone past the 2.618, which is definitely not like a regular thing, but if we pull this 4 into here, we can expect it going higher, as this correction or corrective structure here is running flat, meaning the B wave. Let me show you. The B wave goes above the start of A wave. What makes it a running flat instead of the expanded flat is C ending before A. And yeah, that is basically it. I think this is more likely currently, and we can still be expecting this to be the 5th. Whether it's ended right now, I'm not quite sure, but we still have the divergence here, giving us some signal that it is a possible end. Now, something that I don't like about this is the B wave looks really impulsive. The C wave is fine. We are labeling the C wave as such. And the 4th wave and the 1st wave are not overlapping, as you see here. Now this is still valid, there's no issues with this. We haven't broken the higher time trend line or this parallel channel that we've drawn out here. So there is still some hope for this to be just some smaller time correction instead of a full dump from this primary 5th. I think that's all for this bearish scenario. Let's go to the bullish ones. Let's do this one. Go ahead, something else here. Let's put these into the bearish scenario folder. There we go, and bull scenario. Now let me zoom out a bit so we can get a glance at what we're looking at. So again, 1, 2 down here, we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're making the fifth of this intermediary, fifth of that primary third, and currently I've labeled it as such as minor 1, 2, 3, 4, and making the fifth of minor of a fifth of intermediary of that third of primary. Now I've adjusted this count a bit and made it a bit more bullish, as last time I think we had the fifth ending, but it still looks quite bullish. This again would bring the prices way higher, and if we are again saying that this is the first wave of minute after this small correction here, the proportions are not really good. However, this structure here was the only reason I placed this third here, and fifth was here black last time I think. But again, we're correcting now higher, or making some kind of move higher at least. So this again could be the fifth here done, and creating the fourth wave now here with a bearish scenario. However, if you want to see this as bullish, because this structure here brought us down 57 or 58%, and that usually sounds like more like a wave 2 rather than 4 already, we could be on our way with a super bullish wave 5. Now, having placed wave 1 only here allows us to create an extension, placing it here, having green, and here is the 1618, $225, and let's see, wave 3 extension, there we go, and wave 5 would be around here where we had all these other things like so. But again, that would mean no extensions in these green or minute degree waves. But we can drill into this current price action a bit. So this looked like a diagonal into 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we are not correcting at the moment, so we can still be bullish. There's a couple of different options how we can label this. Either we have labeled this as the 4, the way I showed on the bearish count, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually ending this fifth wave here. However, if we are placing the first of minute back here and saying that we're ending third of minute already here, it wouldn't really show too good of a impulse wave structure. However, that I guess could be counted somewhat as an ending diagonal, but before saying that, we would need to see that wave 3 correcting, wave 4 correcting downwards into the wave 1 area, and that is just something that hasn't happened yet, so we don't have to worry about that yet. For now, I would think, let's undo that and remove this. I would think this is the most likely scenario. However, whether this is sub-minute or micro, giving us again another bigger wave here for the sub-minute or sub-minute count, bringing us the third here, of course the fifth here, and the third here, is pretty much the scenario I would like the most. So currently we would be expecting wave 2 down here before launching up again. Now this is already a really bullish setup, as Bitcoin hasn't done anything since the February or was it January 24th low? I think it's around here somewhere. But Bitcoin has been almost range bound. Now it's around 46k. Hasn't done too much, and Luna seems to be one of the only altcoins that are on very different wave count than it. So it is interesting to see where this goes. Now, that being said, again, wave 2, I would be expecting coming down quite a bit. It can't go below here, which is, let's see, 82.59, which would invalidate this last wave of bullish count. If that is the thing that is going to happen, or the price comes down below this, then we will need to look into this again. I'm going to set another alarm here just to remind me to create another video and take a look again. Now, at the last, I would like to introduce you another count that I saw that might be possible. Now, I labeled this as Ultrabull, and soon you will see why. Now again, 1, 2, but this time it's on cycle scale. Then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into primary 1, 2. Now the next thing is, do we want to say that this is third, fourth and creating the fifth now? Or do we want to be even more bullish, saying that this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth of intermediate? Why I'm even thinking about this being an intermediate is just because of this correction. 58% is more than the 50%, meaning the fourth wave usually is only coming up to that 50% mark. Usually the 38.2 or 38% correction is around the normal correction for wave 4s. It is not invalidating the fact that this could be third and fourth, because it doesn't come even close to this wave 1 area. But this is just something to keep in mind. As we have progressed on this structure, we've seen lower and smaller corrections. This was 95 or 96%. This was 82%. This was 58%, and giving us all these invalidation levels that we can have marked already. And again, most likely, if this is not the case, we can assume, if this gets triggered, we can assume that this is the fourth and fifth, like so, giving us the third off cycle before a correction down, before the last leg up. Yeah, I think those were the thoughts I wanted to share to you today, and if you want me to analyze another coin, let me know down in the comment section below, and for now I thank you for watching. Bye bye.